Hi everyone, I'm Vaishnavi and I'm part of the Nature Connections team. I thought I'll start off with a video series of alternate ways of connecting to nature. And when I say alternate ways is I'm going to share a lot of inputs from my own experience as well as other people who I come across who are connecting with nature in different ways which are not so well known by most people. What I mean by that is most of often we know that we could connect with nature maybe by being a botanist or working with herbs or maybe knowing the names of species like birds and butterflies or knowing the medicinal properties of trees and things like that. So those are common ways that people do know, or you might probably connect through photography to nature. So these are common ways of connecting, and they are wonderful ways because that too enhances our connection to nature. At the same time, I have experienced various other ways of connecting that could go beyond the intellect, beyond the cognitive way of connecting with nature. It could be a heart based connection or a soul based connection, sometimes maybe even spiritual. And I've been interacting with a lot of people who are doing amazing things where they are connecting to nature at a deeper level. And I thought it might be a good idea to share all of this at this point of time because we're still going into the pandemic. Even in India, it's even worse right now. And somehow connecting with nature at a very deep level, I am right now experiencing a lot of groundedness, a lot of centeredness, and from that space to be able to look at what's happening around um, in this pandemic state. I thought there is something very deep because you're connecting with nature, and that's supporting me, supporting my mental well-being, my emotional well-being, my spiritual well-being. So I thought it might be a good idea to just start off these series this month so that in case it helps you, that'll be great. So the first series I thought I'll do would be on nature and meditation. I'm starting off with this series because this is something that came very naturally and intuitively for me to share from my own experience. So, first of all, what is meditation? That itself is a question which has thousand answers, and everyone has their own definition, their own way of processing, or even working with meditation. Some find it very easy, some find it difficult, some run away from it, some want to do it. I'm also a life coach, and I have a lot of coaching clients right now who are struggling during this pandemic in their workspaces at home, and they keep saying, I want to meditate, but I'm not able to. So I'm really supporting them in that space. So for me, the journey with meditation started maybe 10 or 12 years back. And I've been experiencing and experimenting with different ways of meditating. It's not just sitting in one place, closing my eyes, focusing on my breath, and trying not to think of things, but different ways. So there is Reiki meditation, there is Vipassana meditation, there is sensory meditation. So a whole lot of meditations. I keep coming up with whatever any workshop that I attend, and that meditation worked for me, so I would do it for a while, and then I would move to another kind of meditation, but I would still keep doing something or the other. And in that way, I have experienced a lot of different modalities, which is helping me to choose what I feel like doing at that moment if I feel like meditating. So, around 6 or 7 years back, I also ventured into feminine spirituality, and that's where there was a huge aha moment for me when I heard my teacher and mentor sharing that masculine spirituality and feminine spirituality both have different ways of meditating, and both are right. It's just about balancing both. So a masculine way of meditating is more of inculcating discipline, being still, sitting in one place, closing your eyes, trying to have no thoughts, all of those aspects which deals with being still, with being in one place. Whereas the feminine spirituality talks about meditation being more with movement. It could be fast movement, slow movement, and that kind of resonated and made logical sense to me also, because sometimes when I'm just sitting still with my eyes closed, I'm still thinking of what I'm going to do next, what my to do list is in the day. But if I'm dancing, I'm totally in the moment, I'm totally present, and For me, that is meditation, to just be there, to fully experience that. And movement can be in different ways, which we all experience. It could be in running, walking, dancing, or even something like yoga or exercising. All of those are movements. And since I do have an expressive art therapy background, I know that movement really does have a lot of therapeutic benefits. So, the feminine way of meditating involves movement. So now I'm able to sometimes connect with my body and say, do I want to sit and meditate, or do I want to move and meditate? And I balance both of them depending on what my body feels like doing and how it feels like doing it. How does nature come into space here? Because nature actually provides us both ways of doing it. So, how you could connect with nature through meditation is, you could actually go and sit in one place in a nature space. It could be a park in your urban city, or it could be a forest, and just closing your eyes and sitting there. So, something like what Buddha got as an enlightenment, just sitting under a tree, closing eyes. That could be one way of the masculine way of connecting or meditating in nature and connecting with nature. And that does have a lot of impact. It definitely does make us feel calmer, make us feel more centered. At the same time, you can actually also do another kind of meditation, which I found very interesting and I feel much more connected to, is actually opening your eyes and meditating in nature. And how you could do that is actually just observing things in nature, just like a child, with a lot of curiosity and awe, with no judgments. So just, and it can happen anywhere. So just, I think 3 days back, I was sitting in my balcony. We are in lockdown, so we can't really go out. And there is a spot that's there in my balcony with some leaves and flowers growing. And I was sitting, so I could see the bottom of the pot because the pot is in a raised level. And I could see a wasp that was going inside the hole of the pot at the bottom, which is usually there for water to seep out. And I don't know what it was doing there. Maybe it was building a nest, because it was going out, getting a small leaf and going inside, and then coming out without the leaf, and then again going out. And I realized it was spending around 5 minutes getting the leaf and 2 minutes inside the pot. So maybe it's made a hole inside the soil and it's making a home. I don't know, I can't see it. But I realized half an hour just went in me observing that, and I was so in the moment. I was just so looking forward to curiously seeing what the wasp is doing. I don't know the name of the species exactly. I don't know what it's doing. There's a lot of mystery to the whole thing, but I found it very meditative to just sit at home and observe with my eyes open. So that was meditation for me. So you could actually connect with nature with your eyes completely open. Another way of meditating in nature is to connect through all your senses. The sense of smell, sense of sight, which is what most forest bathing professionals would guide you to do. And that also helps a lot. And in that case, you might also want to close your eyes, because then the other senses open up. And the senses become a gateway to connecting with nature, at the same time being fully present to what's happening at that moment. It really, really centers and grounds you. And if you want to add movement, you could do that too. So you can work with your senses as well as walk. And the meditative walk would be a slow walk, like you're in a slow motion movie, as slow as possible, and with a lot of silence. So preferably alone, not with your family, not with your kids, not with your friends, not with your colleagues, but completely alone. So with slowness and silence, and you move through just a walk, a slow walk, and you could connect with either one of your senses to be more focused. So maybe sense of smells. What are the smells that you are smelling in that trail? Or it could be just listening to what are the sounds that you can hear. So you can focus on one sense and move through the trail slowly, calmly, and that can be meditative too. So nature really provides us with various ways of meditating, and I'm sure there are many, many more mysterious ways of how we could benefit being in nature in a meditative space, which we are still not yet aware, like maybe scientifically we still don't know, but maybe just sitting with our eyes open is doing something more to us apart from physiological benefits, psychological benefits, emotional, mental benefits. I'm sure there's something more that's happening because I can experience it but not always articulate it. And it is something that not necessarily you have to be out in a big nature space, an expansive mountain or a beach or anything of that sort. You can do it even through visualization, and that's been a huge learning for me during the pandemic, is to actually connect with nature within me, within the house, and really connecting to myself and being present, just like the example that I gave earlier. And it could be through visualization also. So if you just close your eyes and go to your favorite space of nature, like a beach or a forest or a mountain, even 5 minutes being in that space can really bring you in the moment, can really make you feel peaceful. And that's something that I have been experiencing, and a lot of time I just do that as a meditation. I would just sit and let my imagination go wild. I could just be here, but I could be sitting in Switzerland in the snow, or I could be on a mountaintop on the Himalayas. So it really doesn't matter as much. If you really want to meditate with nature, in nature, it could be in your mind, it could be a physical space too. Either one is absolutely okay if being fully present and getting centered is something that you're aiming for through the meditation. Yeah, and it's been amazing. Another way of meditating that I have been doing a lot of for the past few months at least is by creating art through nature elements with leaves and flowers, and creating something called as nature mandalas. Even those are very meditative because I can feel myself being fully there, fully present. And for me, anything that I don't feel the time has passed by is meditative, where I feel I'm in the flow, where maybe 1 hour has gone, 2 hours has gone, and I didn't realize the time passed by. And I'm totally enjoying being in that space. So it's not like I'm doing some work which I'm frustrated, which usually happens with technology and laptop and gadgets and things like that. When I'm really using nature elements, I'm so fully present and fully there. So yeah, this is something that I thought, in case it helps any of you to connect with nature through meditations, this is one way of doing that. And we will be doing some workshops also in future, which you will get to know through our Instagram, Facebook, media, social media platforms, where we would be connecting with nature even at a virtual level, if that interests you. And a lot of times people do say that just going through the session itself was very, very meditative for them, or very healing for them. So yes, nature is available for us. We could connect in person in nature, or even virtually through visualizations. If you have anything to share about this, feel free to add your comments. Would love to hear more of how you meditate with nature or in nature. Is there something specific you do that might help others? Would love to hear from you, and hope you enjoy the series of alternate ways of connecting with nature. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed. This is the first time doing, so I was a little unsure of how this will turn up, but I hope you gain some insights, and I hope it helps any one of you who is longing right now to get in touch with your center, to feel more grounded, to feel a sense of calmness in between the chaos that's happening around the world. So yeah, feel free to ask me anything also if you feel like. Thank you.